Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode 196. Yeah. Ooh, of the JB and Benny Blue Review
196 podcast. On you tricks.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I like that. It's the bars early, son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
live stream.
Yeah, like
Facebook,
that.
Twitter, YouTube, however you're tapping in. Please make sure to follow us at JB and Benny Blue for all your social media needs. And, listen, if you're tapping on the live stream at any point, drop in a comment or question. We got a lot to get to, Dr. Bridges. But before we do, sipping that BL smoothie. You got a nice hat. You got a nice hoodie. Looking good. Feeling good. But how are you feeling, sir? Talk to the people.
Just fine, man. I lost my voice a little bit.
Just fine. Got that gruff-ass old man voice.
Yeah,
good God.
Saying, I am a gruff-ass old man. What you mean? So I lost my voice. Talking shit at the game on Sunday. So it's coming back now. You know what I'm saying? It was a little raspy. You know what I'm saying? I sound like Jada Kid's uncle and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, other than that, man, I'm good. Family good. Everybody good, man. Shout out to everybody tapping in. Shout out to our Phoenix Mercury. You know what I'm saying? Playing the Chicago Sky
finals.
Right now in the finals. Right? Game 2 going on right now. We are down by a nice little 7 points. We got to get together, ladies. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Can't go down 0-2. Can't go down 0-2. All right?
Rossi, where you at? Come on now.
Rossi,
MVP.
where you at? You know what I'm saying? BG, what's happening? Diggins, what's cracking? No, really, what's cracking? Just chilling, man. Valley life is good. You know what I'm saying? It's cooling down finally. Thank God. Man, but we got a lot to get to, man. You know what I'm saying? We got Fury Wilder. 3. You know what I'm saying? We got Jon Gruden. You know what I'm saying? The email scandal. You know what I'm saying? We got Week 5 recap and the Rick 6 Savage picks, man. It's time to get this thing rolling. Holla at us, man. Tap in Apple Podcasts, you know what I'm saying, Spotify, YouTube, like, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? 5-star reviews are appreciated. All right. We do appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And tell your friends about us. We're also available on casualsports.com. Live streaming radio in Phoenix, you know what I'm saying? What's happening? All the homies, Earl, Ed, you know what I'm saying? All the homies. And shout out to the Believe Podcast Network, you know what I'm saying? Who we are now a family of. We love y'all, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's on Tuesday nights, you know what I'm saying? My podcast, Burning Bridges, live stream 7:30 Pacific time, 10:30 Eastern on Twitter, you know what I'm saying? AAT Network. I'm talking about AAT Sports _. All right, that's all about the Birds family out of Philadelphia. Shout out to all my folks in Philly, you know what I'm saying? But we representing the West Coast right now, you know what I'm saying? My man Benny out there in La La Land. I'm out here in Phoenix, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The weather's getting nice.
Oh my God, you're talking about it last week. You're like, oh my God, we can finally put on an outfit and something just to be fresh and not be like sweating our asses off. I'm tired. I'm happy. I'm so happy. Fall is here, sir.
Man, it's real. You know what I'm saying? The little bit of fall we get out here in these parts, it's here. Right?
You ain't lying.
Just for real. You know what I'm saying? Fall is a lost. You know what I'm saying? It's some shit you can find on Indiana Jones. Right, you know what I'm saying, for the West Coast.
It's either fire. It's like James Taylor said. It's either fire or rain. Damn it, fire or rain is what we get.
Fire or rain. That's
Good
it,
God
baby.
Almighty.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Benny.
Well, look, we got a lot to get to, folks. I mean, I'm gonna be a good friend and podcast partner because JB was cutting promos on Niners fans last week when they got the W. We're gonna talk about that. So, and he's also doing his live stream. So I'm gonna help Dr. Bridges save his voice. So we're gonna push too hard on. But listen, reviewers, JB has the passion. So hey, if he's about to go in on something or somebody, then damn it, voice be damned, it's going to happen. And maybe JB could use some Savage CBD. Oh my God, talking about a transition. Use the code review for 50% off your first order and free shipping. And again, tapping in on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, make sure to drop in a comment or a question right now. So without further ado, let's get to it right now with some review, reaction news, pow. And the trilogy Wilder Fury 3 went down this past weekend, and Tyson Fury won by TKO. They didn't even give Deontay a count because he was kind of getting worked at the end. He had a rally there in rounds 7, 8, and 9. Had a couple early knockdowns on Fury, but then got knocked down himself. And ultimately, it just kind of happened like that. But Dr. Bridges, I actually watched a replay with Arabic announcers, so I couldn't understand a goddamn thing they were saying. And I appreciate it because you already know how some of the top-ranked guys get a little bit too Fury-centric or a little bit too biased. But as we're talking about our padded production meeting, what did you see in this third matchup in terms of what Fury did and what Wilder may or may not have done?
I saw Fury stick to the game plan. I saw Fury be patient. I saw Deontay Wilder have some success early with their plan, trying to throw the jab. But when it all said and done, he just his conditioning was concerning to me. Later rounds, he was gassed, and that was getting him killed. He reverted back to the old telegraph the right hand, you know what I'm saying, go for the big shot, try to take him out in one punch. And, big fella can move, Tyson Fury can move. And also he just has better punch selection and angle of departure of his punches. He don't have to take a big wind up to get his punches up. Right? He literally can get in there and get his punches off. Goes from shoulder, from bent arm to straight arm very fast. Right? And then once it got to the later rounds, you know what I'm saying, one thing you can say about Fury and his oblong body, his conditioning is very good. So yeah, shame on you, Wilder. Shame on your camp. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, you just didn't execute. Came in with a plan, obviously. Just didn't execute. Didn't stick to the script. Wasn't coaching properly enough for Fury for Wilder to stick in there and stick with the game plan and reserve his energy as opposed to trying to take him out with one big kill shot. And you throw big punches. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. You gas yourself real quick. So. Yeah, Fury, shout out to him in his camp. And, you know what I'm saying, of course, since he switched trainers, he's gotten miles better. I forget the guy's name that joined him for the second fight. But he's gotten miles better than he was in that first fight. So, shout out to Fury's camp and Wilder. Y'all might want to sit back and take notes or something because it's just a shame. It really is.
Yeah, and for who you're referring to is Sugar Hill from the world famous Kronk Gym, Detroit. So he started. That's Emmanuel Stewart's nephew, and that's like you said, kind of help him step up his game. And just watching some of those highlights and watching the fight with Wilder, a couple things stood out to me. Number one, his head movement was terrible. He was
Horrible.
like he would throw some shit, and he would be standing right there to catch something from Fury. And this whole time during this trilogy, he never really had a lot of respect for Fury's power. But you got to remember, Fury is that dude. He's like the dude from like Goonies. Like, hey, you guys, like he's just a big, goofy, powerful dude. So it's like with that much weight behind the punch, if he's gonna land a flush, eventually that shit's gonna wear you down. And you saw it. And we were talking about the fight in our Panda production meeting, but I kind of thinking about it more and kind of seeing Wilder at this point in his career. I feel like Wilder never really truly learned how to box ever.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's just been so physically superior to everybody that he's fought up until Fury. Even Luis Ortiz gave him a run for the money when they had that fight. But I feel like nobody in his camp really checked his skills in terms of, you got the right hand, but what else do you have? And you kind of saw, like, I saw someone tweet something. They were kind of saying. Definitely. Will, I've gotten much better since those days. Jesus Christ, football camp. We were slugging it out. And with Wilder, you could kind of tell. Like, I saw somebody tweet it. He said like Wilder's like a dude who like can fight on the street, but then got put in a boxing ring. You know what I mean? Like the way he kind of holds his gloves and the way he moves, like he's very athletic. And he has good instincts when he's going in for the kill. But I feel like when he's going up against Fury, like we say in our production meeting, I don't feel like they made the necessary adjustments to beat him. And Fury did basically the exact same shit that he did in the second fight.
He did. He did the exact same thing. He had the exact same plan. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Deontay, like you said, moving his head, he struggles with movement, right? So if you're going to stand right in front of him and fight him, odds are you're going to lose, right? But if you move an inch, you know what I'm saying? Now, he can't adjust his body and his shoulders. Like you said, he holds his hands down below his chest, a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? And, of course, that makes him susceptible to the big punch, to the jab. Right? Boxing is about points. Let's not forget that, right? So, and like you said about Wilder, Fury just being a big goofball and just being big and powerful and dumb strong, he keep throwing that straight jab. And like you said, them old mean hooks. And
eventually that shit's going to keep racking, like the power meter on Mortal Kombat, like
right.
Like eventually that shit's gonna keep going down.
Yeah, that shit gonna get to the red, and then you're gonna be all fucked up. And that's what happened to Wilder. About 7th round, he was in the red. He just never got to that point where it was finishing until it was just too late. 11th round, right? So everybody said the same thing. Oh, Wilder's got heart. I don't give a fuck about no heart. Fuck about no heart. You could have came in there with a better game plan, executed a better game plan, and you've been better off in the late rounds, like. But fuck heart. That's a recipe. Yeah. That's a recipe for him to look like the great Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, I saw somebody talking about that. That's a recipe for having fucking brain damage. Like,
yes, because he
pushing this guy out there.
When he hit the ring, this motherfucker was bleeding from his ear. That's dangerous shit. That's nothing to play with, right? That's nothing to play with. So your camp. You know what I'm saying? You need to change your camp. Straight up, you just need to change the people that you're dealing with, and you know what I'm saying. Like maybe bring a boxing coach in, like they did with Sugar Hill. You know what I'm saying, and Emmanuel, what's his last name?
Oh man, Emmanuel Stewart. He's Sugar Hill's his nephew.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the great Emmanuel Stewart.
And like you said about Fury, he elevated Fury's game, and So I agree. I mean, I feel like it's just it really just came down to game plan, and conditioning, honestly, because he came in about like 10 or 15 pounds heavier than the last fight, and it was basically the same result. He had some moments, and then he got to the point where he was getting legitimately whooped, and he can't keep doing that. He can whoop a lot of other people, but you can't keep shoving him in the ring and be like having him do the same shit. It's like where's the stick and move? Where's the head movement? Like there wasn't, none of that was there. He's trying to slug it out with him, and he realized, Fury got up like the goddamn Undertaker last fight. Like, are you really serious? Like, not saying you can't knock him out. He could absolutely knock him out, but come on, you guys know better. You saw that you have all the film. You saw
Right.
what was going to happen. The dude did the same thing, the herky jerky bullshit, leaning on him with all that goddamn weight, and that's what won the fight. He did the exact. He didn't even change his game plan.
No.
The only thing that was different about Fury is that he came out to fucking AC/DC and some like Roman gladiator shit. That was it.
Right.
Everything else he did the exact same. So he'll probably fight the winner of Joshua Usyk, and I hope he fights Joshua because I'm waiting for that fight. And then Wilder, you definitely got to take a step back, but he can still be a contender, but he's got to make some changes. He can beat everybody else.
Right. Yeah, he running out of time too, you know what I'm saying? What is Wilder, like 33 years old?
35, yeah. So
something like that. So he's running out of time too, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Father Time is not with him. So exactly. The step back part, step the fuck back. You might just need to chill.
Exactly. My sister says, "Hey, Will." Yep, that's right. Will's been one of our loyal stream viewers.
We appreciate you, Will.
Yep. Keep dropping in the comments. All right, keeping it moving. Which I was telling JB before he got on, man. This is the first time in a while that I've really enjoyed college football. Bama loses to A&M close, and then, man, OU makes a comeback, and then the greater Phoenix area's own Spencer Rattler gets benched for old boy Williams. So did you you were watching the Bama game? I believe you actually posted your own meme.
Bama game. Yep.
Yeah, I think you created your own meme watching the Bama A&M game. You're like,
right? Yeah, I did. That was my honest reaction, because I'm sitting there the whole time like, what? And I said it on my podcast yesterday. Bama played horrible, and A&M played out of body. Right? Let's be real. Yes. They ran the ball on Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Alabama's linebackers, defensive line couldn't fit up. Defensive backfield was making all kind of mistakes. It was just like it was like being in the Twilight Zone. It didn't look like a Nick Saban coached football team. Right? Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is. I think this, and if you know anything about Nick Saban and the way he coaches, I think they're going to come back and just start dusting everybody off again. You know what I'm saying? They just need to get smacked on the chin. They'll end up being second or third in the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't see Georgia losing to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Roll that right into 2020. No, so they're right on the 2020. But no, like Alabama, they're going to come back strong, right? And they're going to start dusting people off, like, for real. And they're going to be second or third, and then some kind of way they're going to end up winning the national championship again, right? Because even though it's very competitive right now, NCAA, you know what I'm saying, in college football, I mean, it's still levels to this shit. Georgia's riding high right now, but, I mean, that defense is spectacular, but God forbid, I mean, we got one of our guys, Keely Ringo, you know what I'm saying, is one of the starting cornerbacks right now. You know what I'm saying, playing hella fire ball. So shout out to him being over there in Georgia. And their defense is just killer, right? And then they just offensively putting it together and being solid. But, of course, Alabama and Georgia will meet in the SEC championship. And they're going to end up being 1, 2, or 3. And it's going to be another SEC 1 national title, one way or the other.
Mm-hmm. And Liz was talking about Kentucky. Shane Boyd's Kentucky has moved up to 5 spots at number 11. That's got to be the highest they've been ranked in a while. SEC has some interesting depth this year. And then you look at Bama, they got dropped to number 5. But yeah, like you said, I mean, hell, Cincinnati's number 3. They're 5-0, but Cincinnati's got the grace of the preseason ranking. You look at the rest of their schedule. There's no way in hell that they should be ahead of Bama, even with one loss. Bama, and then obviously you got 3 Big Ten teams in a row: Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan, then Oregon, then Michigan State rounding out the top 10 currently. But looking at what happened I didn't see it. I haven't seen any of the highlights, but people are cutting promos and Spencer Rattler. Did you see any of that game? And what do you make of that? I watched
the entire game. Spencer Rattler is first of all, he's not a very likable kid, right? He's a bit of a douchebag. His father's the same way, so that one don't fall too far from the tree. But with all that being said, like, he's just not playing as well as they put him up there. Like, let's keep it all the way funky. I think he only played 5 games last year, right?
I think he's a sophomore this year. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I mean, you know, like, but the season was tapered. You know what I'm saying? And so it wasn't a full season. So at the end of that season, they deem this kid the one. They basically picked him to win the Heisman, right? And then of course OU starts off, and you know they've been fighting for their lives every game. They shouldn't have lost to Texas. I mean, they shouldn't have beat Texas.
They almost got beat by Tulane.
They almost got beat by Tulane in game one. They shouldn't have lost. They shouldn't have beat Texas, right? So, I mean, they 5-0 right now, but they could rightfully be motherfucking 3-2,
Right.
right? You know what I'm saying? If they'd have lost those games, who knows what would have happened. They had a little bit of luck on their side and momentum, and then Texas just tricked it off. And it was sad to say, sad to watch. That's kind of mad. I was hoping that Texas went on, knocked them off, took them out their misery type shit, but they wouldn't do it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I wish I'm waiting for the day. Sarkisian's doing some good things in.
Right. Yeah. I see good things coming, but I mean, this is his first year there too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep,
so
exactly.
I mean, he's outkicked his coverage already. I mean, they're playing good ball. They're playing more aggressive. Offensive, they got to be more consistent. They got the number one running back in the nation. Like, how you gonna get up on somebody by 18 points and then lose to them? Right? Like, that's not it. You know, with the number one running back in the nation, the big ass offensive line.
Right. Well, like we're talking about our Patent production meeting, one thing we can say is this year, and you know, listen, last year was so wonky. Half the teams didn't even want to play. Half the teams played, but they played like 6 games.
Right,
it was weird as hell.
Everything was all fucked up. Yep.
But now it feels like college football is coming back to a place where it's like it's not Alabama, and then everybody else gets the scraps. You know what I mean? Like there's definitely a lot more parity. It just feels better. Maybe a lot of that has to do with the whole name, image, likeness shit, where it's, it feels like things are kind of balancing out as far as with players, what they have to deal with on the field.
But honestly, we talked about this on previous episodes, and I mentioned it about the fact that the emergence of social media and these outlets that these people are able to see these young men on, now they can see these kids anywhere, right? So,
yep.
And what it's doing is making these schools that were mediocre to almost lower high level, it's boosting them up. A Cincinnati, a Tulane, right? Memphis, you know what I'm saying, raised as hell. You know what I'm saying? Cincinnati, you know what I'm saying? Of course, if I haven't mentioned them already, like these teams are building because they're getting 4, 3.5, 4, 5-star recruits.
Yep.
To come to these schools.
Coastal Carolina.
Coastal Carolina, because like now they see
SMU's coming back.
SMU coming back, you know what I'm saying? What they call the Pony Express, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's back in the day, right? But either way it goes, I think it's the emergence of social media. I think it's the fact that these kids can get seen almost anywhere. I think it's the fact that these kids understand that everybody's playing on football now. You're gonna get seen. It used to only be you go to Power 5 schools or schools that were being seen. Like when I went to Southern Miss back in the day. Of course, Southern Miss was feared. Nobody want to play Southern Miss back in the day, right? And boys in black and gold, you know what I'm saying, gonna bring it to you no matter who you are. And now it's all these mediocre mid-level schools are like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's big time because everybody can be seen. Well, everybody can be seen, right? So that's pretty much what it is, man. And it's dope to see because I love it. I love to see competitiveness. I love it.
And back in your day, unfortunately, unless you were playing Bama, one of the big box schools, they might have had you on ESPN 8, the Ocho. You know what I mean?
Right.
Smacking Louisiana Lafayette and shit.
Right. Very, very rarely did when we on TV. I can remember, a few times vividly, but it wasn't a lot of time.
Oh man. Well, Dr. Bridges, speaking of a gentleman who used to be on TV, was a coach, and he may be moving to parts unknown with Mitch. Oh my God, the Raiders! Oh my God, the Raiders!
The Raiders
gets exposed for 10 years of leaked emails, mostly to the Washington football team. And for those who aren't aware or didn't see it, Jon Gruden was basically just cutting promos on every group. I think the only people they left out was the Jews. I think he cut promos on everybody else. If you're gay, if you're black, if you're Colin Kaepernick, everybody, like women in the league, like he was cutting promos on everybody. Definitely saying some messed up shit. Now, look, thinking about wanting to talk about this, at this point, we've been doing this podcast long enough where there isn't really too much about your experience in the league that I don't know about, whether it's on the podcast or as a friend. But as someone, for anybody that's played at any level, myself included, you kind of hear the Jon Grudens of the world. Everybody's had a coach that's kind of been like him, where he kind of keeps it sort of like straight man to the public, and then behind closed doors, he might say some kind of borderline shit. Yeah. So like, seeing this story, do any moment come to mind, particularly when you're in the league where you're around a coach where you're like, I feel like that dude probably doesn't fuck with black folks once he's off the clock, or anything that you looked at a coach where you're like, he's probably on some other shit behind closed doors?
There's been plenty of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been plenty of them. There's no way I played NFL for 10 years and this situation has never come about, or I've never heard or thought that about somebody. I thought about plenty of guys. I thought about a bunch of guys I played with. Right? You could tell that they, even though they, you know what I'm saying, they've been in football their entire life, you know what I'm saying, and you still just know, you got that feeling that this dude ain't it. You know what I'm saying?
He's a Mitch, I'm telling you. He's a part unknown.
He is chilling with Mitch and fucking, where's Mitch at? Bullhead City. You know what I'm saying? Nevada/Arizona, right?
Well, so, if we can get in touch with Jon Gruden's publicist, we have open invites for O.J. Simpson and now Jon Gruden, because John, we need to talk to you about this.
The juice, you know we still hunting for you.
Yeah, we still go to that golf course in Florida, or he's in Vegas now, right? He's outside in Vegas.
Yeah, he's out right, right outside of Henderson, right? So I just got to slide out there, you know what I'm saying, on a quote unquote golf trip, and catch OJ on some TMZ shit. Get exclusive, but anyway, Jon Gruden. In the words of the late, great Denny Green, you are who we thought you were. All right?
Ooh, buddy.
Excuse me. Everybody knows Jon Gruden was a little off. He was a little throwed off, right? Always angry guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, but honestly, you don't want to think that, Benny. You don't want to think that about nobody, right? You don't want to think, especially about a coach who has to coach people from multiple religions, nationalities, you know what I'm saying, creeds, cultures, all that, whatever. You're like, you know what? These guys, they get it. We okay. All right, we're in a safe zone. Jon Gruden, you just fucked it up for everybody. Right? You did. This is bad now. Right? Because Cat's going to be looking at coaches sideways. Uber Eats. Hey, you better not order nothing, you know what I'm saying, remotely sounding black. He's going to be spitting all in their food. So, so you just really screwed it up for everybody. There was no way he could have went back to watch to the Vegas, right? Now he got Snyder finna get popped, right? You know what I'm saying?
I hope so. I hope so. They deserve, the Washington football team fans deserve a new owner. They need to do him like they did. What's his name from the Clippers? Donald Sterling. Donald Sterling. Him.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they need to do that shit. But it's about to happen. It's about to happen. They already, you know what I'm saying, kind of put the little request in or whatever. Yep. Yeah, it's about to happen because, like you said, most of these emails were going there. So
like he was sending shit to Bruce Allen and Snyder and like all other people in the league. How the fuck are you using John.Gruden at NFL.com and be like, yo, I don't really like gay people, and you hit send? Like, what are you even doing, man? Like that's wild. Like,
that's because he don't give a fuck, because this is what he's accustomed to, right? When you're doing something that you don't think is wrong, you are not going to guard it. You're not going to safeguard it. You're not going to shield it because he's doing something that he don't think is wrong. Mm-hmm. Right? Ryan Clark said it best, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's been this person.
Yep.
We just not finding out. So it's okay. It's all right. But again, you just fucked it up for everybody, because now, you know what I'm saying, coach is going to be getting looked at sideways all day. Right? Because everybody got that one coach there like, tell you, this motherfucker ain't right. Right? This motherfucker ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a sad situation, man. And I'm sorry for the fine folks of Raider Nation. Some of the greatest people I know are Raider fans. You know what I'm saying? Loyal. Sucks, man. Mm-hmm. Sucks. You know.
Yep. And just for context, Liz was asking just for context. So the Washington Post put out an initial email where he was saying stuff about DeMaurice Smith, who's the NFLPA president. And then the New York Times found like a bunch of emails. And then this is going back to like 2011 where he was, again, saying,
the lockout and all that was going on, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you want to read it for yourself, you can see it right here. This is
right. And one of the big
about.
issues about where he felt like Jeff Fisher was pressured to draft Michael Sams.
Correct.
That year, you know what I'm saying? That was a lot of the thing what he was talking about. He felt like that was fucked up. And, so he felt like, he called him, well, you see the verbiage, right? You see the verbiage, you know what I'm saying? So, it's a sad day, but eventually, eventually, you know what I'm saying? It's out here.
Yeah, and Will brings up a good point. Adam Schefter apparently sent an email to the Washington football team about a story he was writing that he wanted to get like their seal of approval before putting it out. So yeah, man, the shit, we smell a rat. The chickens have come home to roost, and a lot of people are going to get exposed. And it's pretty wild. It's both crazy, but probably good in many aspects, particularly when you're talking about like the Jon Gruden stuff. So hey, Chucky, like Will said, you're about to be doing Postmates, player.
I'm anxious to see it. Right? I'm anxious to see what happens from here.
Yeah. Like
this soap opera, this movie gonna be real good.
Yeah, well, what is it like? What is he gonna be doing? Like Gruden's QB camp on Fox News? Like, what is his next thing?
Ain't nobody finna send their kid to this motherfucker. Well, some of them will, of course. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some of them will. Best believe that.
After a few years, after the smoke dies down, he'll be on like with Geraldo Rivera doing, talking about Trump 2024. Like I guarantee it, he'll be doing something like that.
Basically,
all right, so that's what happened to Chucky. We're gonna keep it moving here, but of course, make sure to follow us at JB and Benny Blue for all your social media needs. We are here Wednesdays, 7:30 Pacific, not or 10:30 Eastern, all football season long, baby. And of course, if you missed the live stream, all good. Make sure to tap in with our podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, like, share, subscribe. Of course, tapping on YouTube, all that fun stuff. And again, check out our sponsor, SavageCBD.com. Use code REVIEW, 50% off first order, free shipping. And hey, baby, we got that merch, baby. Super Kyler and Bird Gang all day for the Bird Gang. You can wear that shit. You can take a picture with JB at the old big red toaster out there, and he'll definitely show you some love. And yeah, man, before we get into week 6, we got to do a little recap of week 5. So, JB, you were in the building. The Cardinals beat the Niners 17-10, and Trey Lance got the start. You were in the building. What did you see from Trey Lance? And obviously, Jimmy G is injured. Do you feel like Trey Lance? They got to pull the ripcord on Trey Lance and let him play?
You got to, you know what I'm saying? You have to at this point. Jimmy G is not their future. You know what I'm saying? He's not their future. You know what I'm saying? He'll coach the Mud Dog.
South Central Louisiana State.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Sounds about right. Yeah. All right. Exactly. All right. So, yeah. Without a doubt. What the fuck you just asked me? I was thinking about okay, right. What you just asked me, bro? Oh yeah, Jimmy G.
About Trey Lance. Yeah.
Jimmy G and Trey Lance. Yeah, just let the kid play at this point. You're gonna be able to do a lot more with him than you would, you know what I'm saying, with old Jimmy G. So just let the kid play right now. And Jimmy G's not your guy anyway, so it don't even matter. So y'all draft Trey Lance, just let him play. He's just, typical young quarterback. Ran when he got in trouble. Threw the ball decent, you know what I'm saying? Made a bad decision, threw an interception. We knew he was going to do that. I thought he was going to throw 2. Their defense played pretty well. And then we played a pretty shitty offensive game, to be honest. Right? We just weren't really clicking on offense. Even though we scored 17 points, we weren't really clicking on offense. You know what I'm saying? We squandered a lot of opportunities, you know what I'm saying, to continue to move the ball down the field. Gave us some sacks when we shouldn't have. Got in some bad situations, you know what I'm saying? Got the ball pinned down, you know what I'm saying, 3 or 4 times in the second half. Got it pinned down on our own negative yard lines. And so, the kid's going to be fine. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be fine. He's got a big arm. He's athletic. He's smart. You know what I'm saying? He can make the reads. He can make the throws. He can get himself out of trouble when he needs to. He's going to be okay. But He just wasn't ready for us. Our defense played very well, special teams, all that. We made the
Yeah.
plays that we need to win the game. Huh?
Yeah, he made some athletic plays. When he needed it, when he needed to run the ball, I feel like he did that. But he got a little first read and out, shook a little bit. He could feel that heat coming from JJ around the backside. I saw that a little bit.
Right.
But listen, I mean, low scoring game considering, and Bergang got a interesting one here going into Cleveland.
Yes,
so we're gonna get into that. All right, keeping it in the division, Dr. Bridges. The Rams beat the Seahawks 26-17. Russell Wilson injured his finger. He just had surgery with no timetable to return. Do they need to shoot Cam a work safe email? Do they need to call the Niners? But I see you moving on to Trey. You want to give us
get
Jimmy G for a box of quarters? Like, what are the Seahawks? They got to make a move now. I mean, Geno's solid as a backup, but they're kind of in shambles.
Yeah, you got to bring somebody in, and like I don't know. When did Russell Wilson get paid? 2 years ago?
The extension, I think so. Yeah, and keep in mind he's been kind of pulling a Kobe in 2007, being like, I don't know, I think I kind of want to get up out of here.
Right. So, but that's what I'm saying. So they paid him a couple years ago. They're uncertain about his future, right? So that whole no timetable, right? Yeah, that's bullshit, right? Exactly when somebody gets injured, especially your starting quote-unquote franchise quarterback, exactly when he's supposed to be able to come back. You know what I'm saying? You counting the fucking days down. You got a calendar in your office as a coach, and you marking that shit down because, you need him back. What do you mean? You need him back. Hell yeah, you need him back. Like fucking the Jackson 5s, I want you back. You know what I'm saying? Like, Geno is going to be okay, and I think that if he's out 6 games, they'll probably split 3-3. Right, the defense is still trash. They let Flowers go. I mean, they're in a bad way right now, just plain and simple. But yeah, I mean, they're gonna be okay. But I mean, if I was them, I would make a phone call to Cam or somebody and be like, "Yo, come on in here and give us a little helping hand here, sir."
Yeah, I agree because they got a lot of things happening, and honestly, they really haven't. I mean, yeah, they got Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. Those are good weapons, but there's nothing about what Pete Carroll's doing that is making it seem like he's adjusting to what Russ needs to be successful. This whole let Russ cook and let him do his thing on his own, that's asinine when he can't get anybody to block for him, and he's getting fucked up now. So now, like, he's got to be getting sick of that, and righteously so. I mean, it's been several years at this point, ever since the Super Bowl run and Legion of Boom and all that shit. A lot of shit's changed since then.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're an okay team now.
Right. Yeah, they're not the feared Greater Northwest team that they used to be. So it is what it is. I mean, it's fucked up that they said out for surgery with no return timetable. That's bullshit. That's bullshit,
and that's coming directly from the Seahawks website too.
They see it. They see like, whoa, shit. Oh, he got hurt. Okay, cool. It's an opportunity for us to just kind of slide on out, kind of back on up out that thing. You know what I'm saying? Be like, we decided to go another direction. Hey, I bet you bottom dollar they draft a quarterback this year. So
really, ooh,
is
that a boo doo 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 doo?
Bet your bottom dollar. You know they're gonna pull a whole. Not to say that Jimmy G has had anywhere near the success that Russell has had. Oh yeah, it's that time. It's time for them to get somebody new.
Who would they take though coming out this year? Who is even coming out this year that would be? I can't even think of anybody.
Don't make me start lying to you, but the quarterback of Notre Dame is supposed to be highly touted. Who else?
Man, it doesn't seem like it's a great quarterback draft this year.
Nah, it's really not. So I don't really know what kind of draft. It's gonna be a good old line draft this year, right?
That's facts.
I'm gonna say that.
Yep. Now, JB's rep for them Hogs. Now, speaking of a team that may be starting to get feared, JB's been skeptical about the San Diego Bakersfield Barstow Chargers, but damn it, they beat the Browns 47-42. Are the Chargers the second best team now in the AFC?
Yeah, why not? I mean, like,
because I don't think it's the Chiefs and the Bills are number one.
Yeah, so that's why I said, yeah, why not? I mean, why wouldn't they be? Hell yeah. I mean, it's literally like at this point, like you said, Chiefs, and I said this last week, they don't know who the fuck they are right now. The Bills are a juggernaut, and San Diego's playing. I mean, San Diego, whatever. San Diego,
See, I got you.
San Diego's playing good ball. Shit, I'm gonna call them San Diego anyway. Fuck it. They'll be back in San Diego. They'll be back in San Diego in 2 years. Shit,
Right.
but yeah, hell yeah, I give them that second best team in the AFC for sure. Definitely give them that.
All right. Now, JB, I know any OG reviewers know this pains us to even talk about this, but ding, them Cowgirls have been them Cowboys beat the Giants, who have got basically everybody on their starting 11 on offense got injured, 44-20. Are the Cowboys kind of, sort of, maybe for real?
Yeah, but we talked about this before the season. I mean, I think Dak is a great quarterback, right? He's done everything, and he's proved everybody wrong from day one, right? And he's just continuing to get better. So, with the receiver core they got, Lamb and the kid from Alabama, what's his name?
Well, they've had Amari Cooper. Is that you referring to?
Yeah, Amari Cooper. Yeah. So, you forget he played at Alabama. Yeah. So, Amari Cooper and then Zeke, doing this thing, and then the young running back. The offensive line is decently intact. And then, of course, their defense is just flying around making plays. So, yeah, they're not to be toyed with. I mean, they coming with it, but we all know the Cowboys will cowboy. So, I mean, I don't know if it's all going to fall down one day because they're having great success right now, and then all of a sudden it's going to all just fall down. Who knows? But right now, I mean, let's take into account that they did beat the Giants, right? 44-20. But at the same time, you beat who's in front of you. You ain't got no control over who you're playing. You take them how they come, you whoop them, and go on about your business. So, yeah, for right now, they for real.
Right. Yeah, I definitely want to put them as the top team in the NFC, but they're certainly the best team in their division. And, you got the Bucs, you got the Packers, you got obviously the Bird Gang. You probably put the Bird Gang. You can argue the Bird Gang number one in the NFC at this point, but Cowboys are probably top five. Shot to JC.
Yeah.
JC, you got your wish. We're finally giving the Cowboys props. Don't get used to it. Come on now.
Right.
Don't get used to it.
Right. Don't let it go to your head now.
And finally, Dr. Bridges, we alluded to it, but the Bills beat the Chiefs 38-20. Is it official? Have the Bills surpassed the Chiefs? Is the Chiefs, because people were trying to talk about them as like, oh my God, they're like the Warriors. Like, yeah.
No. They've man, the Chiefs are like struggling to find who they are. And we knew the Bills were going to be good, right? We knew they were going to be good. They've been building the last 2 years. They've been good. They've just been consistent since Allen's been there.
I picked them to win it all, as you know, in our Savage preview.
You picked them to win it all. You know what I'm saying? So we knew they was going to be good. So this ain't no damn surprise. What surprises how the Chiefs have kind of fell off. But, I mean, people going to catch up. Eventually people going to catch up. Ain't number film out there to be seen. We watched more film than you could possibly imagine, and it was bound to happen. Yeah, it's bound to happen.
And it's only been 5 weeks, so definitely cannot overreact where they are now, because the Chiefs have been there before, and if the Chiefs get hot and healthy, they might be rolling. All right, that's Week 5 recap. So without further ado, we got to get into Week 6 of Savage Picks. But before we do, we got to see how we're doing after 5 weeks of foosball. With the drum roll, please. 51-28 is the tie between the Savage duo. We are now tied at 51-28, running through the games very quickly. The Rams beat the Squawks. You both picked that correctly. You both beat the Falcons, picked the Falcons in foggy London town. JB's drafting team, the Eagles, defeated his former employer, the Panthers. Bucks got it done. Brady threw 5 touchdowns. LASIK Jameis went nuts, and the Saints won in OT. Titans won. We both got that right. JB correctly picked the Vikings, and they, of course, kiddies. Fuck it up part 3. We've all seen that movie in the theaters 5 times. It's like a Rocky series. They messing it up late. So the Vikings got the dub. Steelers got a much needed win. Packers got a win. Pats dude got a win. The Bears came in and whooped the distracted Raiders. The Chargers got done and picked that correctly. Both picked the Cowboys. JB, of course, got his Bird Gang correct. and the Bills and the Ravens got the job done. So that brings us to the tie. So without further ado, let's get into Week 6 picks right now, starting with Sunday Night Football. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers sliding into the Eagles. Eagles. Oh, cover your ears, Johnny, you and Chip. And the line is 7 for Tampa Bay.
And already heard it
on the road.
Yeah, Tampa Bay, right? Sorry.
Yeah. Yep, I'm going with the Bucs as well. Not too much explanation on that. Listen, it's going to be a raucous crowd, but maybe the Bucs will play down who feel like they're going to get the dub. All right, the Florida is heading out to foggy London town. It's the Dolphins going against the in disarray Jacksonville Jaguars, and the line is 3.5 for Miami.
The overly horny coach, Jacksonville Jaguars. Look, the Dolphins are going to get the win.
Nothing wrong.
And that boy fingers was working down there. So I don't see nothing positive about the Jaguars. I think the Dolphins will get the win. I think Florida has put together a game plan no matter who's on the center. And they'll get the win percent. You know what I'm saying? You know, he is a solid quarterback. So I think the Jags take another L. That is.
Yeah, I'm picking the Dolphins as well. And the countdown until Urban Meyer starts grabbing his chest and saying, I have to spend time with my family and look out for my health has begun. He's looking for his way out, and they may leave his ass in London. Catch a Southwest back player.
Pretty sure you got holes out there.
Yeah, if you don't want to fly back with us now, then stay your ass in London. How about that?
Right,
I will get your own way back. All right. AFC South matchup. It's the Houston Texans playing Chad Carr's Colts, and the line is 9.5 for the Colts at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Colts, but I ain't taking the line. It's just too much shit that can happen. Yeah, I got the Colts.
Yeah, I agree. Too much gentrification there. Although Carson has been looking better. He actually, honestly, the Colts really tricked off that game on Monday night against the Ravens. Now, obviously, Lamar's making plays, but the Colts really should have won that game.
Right. Yep.
So I'm taking the Colts as well, but I'm definitely not trusting that line either. All right. NFC North matchup. Boom, 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 boom. Go, Pack, go. Going against the Bears in Chicago. And the line is 4.5 for the Packers in Soldier Field.
We're talking about Fields versus Rodgers. I'm going Rodgers. So,
Rodgers.
I don't really right. He's a bad man. I don't believe in Nagy, right? So it's eventually, you know what I'm saying, this shit, the chickens are gonna come to roost on this dude and he's gonna get put up out of there. I know Keyshawn Johnson said on the show that he's gonna end up getting an extension, and I think Jay Billis walked out on his ass, which was beautiful. I love that. But yeah, I think Green Bay just puts together a better plan, makes more plays, and they get the win in the shy.
Yeah, close dub. I think the Bears are going to be able to run the ball well, but I don't think they're going to be able to match points with the Packers, so I'm taking the Packers as well. All right, the Chiefs Kingdom, again, trying to find that identity as JB was talking about. They're going to the Washington football team, and the line 6.5 for KC on the road.
I'll take that. I think they're going to come in pissed off. I think they're going to want to make a statement, and they're going to take it out on the Washington football team, who has an identity. They know who they are. They just can't execute. Like, they just can't get together. Like,
correct. This for me, this is a get back game, and I definitely think the Chiefs are going to go off, and it's gonna hopefully kind of right the ship for them, and make people remember who they are. Now they obviously have some questions on defense, but I don't think Washington has enough on offense to keep up with them. So I definitely see an explosion of points on this one. All right, it's the Skull Vikings going against the keep pounding JB's former employer, the Panthers, and the line is 1.5 for the Vikings on the road.
We're gonna go cat scratch fever on this one, bro. I just think that the Carolina Panthers will get the best of them. I think the defense flies around, makes plays. I think that you like that, we'll turn the ball over to us. And I think Cook's a fumble. He'll give us one or two. Right? He'll mess around and give us one or two because again, that Carolina defense flies around and they're gonna be punching at that ball. So yeah, I'm gonna roll with the cat scratch fever crew.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it's definitely going to be a close one with Dalvin Cook out, with having Madison. Madison's been having fumble problems, and I do like what Chuba Hubbard's been doing with, running the ball with McCaffrey being out. So I do think it's a bounce back win for Carolina. And like you said,
I ain't know Cooks was out. I thought he was still playing. I ain't looked at injury reports, no shit like that. But
he was out. He was out last week. I think he's still going to be out this week. But either way it goes, I think that, like you said, I think Mister You Like That has a way of giving one up, fucking one up. And I don't think Zimmer is a fantastic play caller either. I like Matt Rule better in this matchup.
Right.
So I'm taking the Panthers as well.
And keep this in mind that Minnesota, the Carolina's gonna play a bunch of zone. They're not gonna play a bunch of man-to-man coverage. So
exactly.
Yeah, that little move the ball shit that Mister You Like That Cousins gets to do, get senior play man. Nah. Yeah, that's why I feel like he's gonna throw the ball to him.
Yeah, and people forget with the trade that they made, they're loaded in the secondary, even without J.C. Horn in the match. So like, it's not going to be just Adam Thielen finding the soft spots all the time. No. They're going to make them work for that, force them to run the ball. So I'm taking Carolina as well. All right, Will, cover your ears. It's an intriguing matchup. It's the L.A., San Diego, Barstow, Bakersfield, parts unknown Chargers going against, quote, the Raven Nevermore. And the line is 3 for the Ravens at home.
When you're in Baltimore, you got to be more careful, right? So L.A. better be more careful. I think their little reign of terror comes to an end in Baltimore. I got the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson-led Baltimore Ravens getting the W.
Yeah, I agree. I do think the Ravens win at home. I think the Ravens are ultimately a better team, but Ravens got to get healthy, and I think I could definitely see the Ravens and the Bills in the AFC Championship this year. I definitely could see that. So, but I think in this matchup, I do think the Ravens get it done. If it were the other way, if the Ravens are in LA, I could definitely see the Chargers winning that game. But coast to coast drip, coast to coast drip, I think the Ravens get it done. All right, it's the Bungles traveling to the Kitties. Jankified game, JB. The line is 3.5 for the Bungles, who almost got a dub against the Packers last week.
Well, as I said on my podcast last night, picking this game, you guys are going to play hard. They're going to play hard. But I honestly think that Cincinnati got a good thing going offensively right now. And there is jankification when you have to travel from the West Coast all the way to Detroit and play a 10 o'clock game. Cincinnati literally can ride the bus, in Detroit. So, very short flight. I mean, same climate, same kind of atmosphere, except Cincinnati, of course, is going to have a little bit more fanfare. But I mean, I feel like they're going to adjust. I feel like they're going to start fast, and then of course y'all got to play catch up, and then they won't be able to do it. So I just got, got the Bungles getting the dub.
Mm-hmm. And listen, I think with the full roster intact with the Ravens,
yeah, they'd be rough, bro.
Yeah, I think that they could go to the Super Bowl. Would they win the Super Bowl? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Who knows?
Yeah,
who knows?
I think at full strength, I think they could. I feel like at full strength is them and the Bills, because I think they're more. I think both those teams are more balanced than the Chiefs, honestly.
Right.
But as far as Bungles and Kitties go, listen, Dan Campbell, you're crying. We appreciate the passion.
Yep.
No, Earl, because they got to earn it.
No,
at this moment, they're not the second best yet.
No, they got to beat them boys first, right? They got to beat them first.
Then they get the nod. But as far as this game goes, if they can contain Jamar Chase, I mean, Joe Burrow is still a young quarterback that can make mistakes. So they can win this game. It could be a jankified thing. This is probably one of, if I'm just being real, this is one of the last games on the schedule that they have a legitimate chance to win, honestly.
Right.
I mean, you can win any game, but it's like, this is one of those games where it's like a couple things break their way, they can do it. So we'll see. I don't know about the line, but of course, taking the Kitties. All right, keeping it moving here. All right, what are we looking at? All right, the Rams going to the G, the banged up G, man, and the line is 10.5 for the Rams on the road.
I'm taking the Rams. I'm taking the line. Okay, here's what it is, bro.
I don't know if I'm taking the line, but I'm taking the money line on that for the Rams to win. So all day on that. All right, JB, here we are. The Bird Gang going to the dog pound. Sound like a dog in heat. And the line is 3 is 3 for Cleveland at home. Make your case for the Bird Gang, sir.
Wow. Cleveland, go get their ass whooped. What you mean?
Time for Barkley to retire. God damn, Will. Shit.
No. So, my Bird Gang, man. I've been telling people that we are a pretty evenly matched team as far as like Cleveland and Arizona. We're pretty much put together the same way, right? Give a couple of advantages. Quarterback, us. Defensive backfield, us. Defensive line, us. Their offensive line, I think their running backs. And as far as receivers go, we got a plus on them as well. Defensive back-wise, they're still a young group, right? Very risque. And they depend on their front seven to do a lot. I think our linebacker core is better than theirs. And I think we go in there and we focus up. And I think our focal point is to have a better offensive game this week than we did last week. So if that's the case, shit gonna be dangerous, right? And I'm just gonna give a little tidbit, throw that out there. That little man, if you're gonna escape this week, run towards Myles Garrett's side, right? Because he gonna blow up the field every goddamn time. And even if he gonna bull rush on, you might want to step up and to your left. Right, you know what I'm saying, and get the fuck out of there, get what you can get out and keep chains moving. But I think that we'll get the W. Baker's going to throw us the ball. Byron Murphy, I'm pretty sure, is going to play. And he's making a case for the Pro Bowl. I feel like number 7 is going to pick him off again. Going to get him another one. And Baker Mayfield is going to be Baker Mayfield at the wrong time, which is going to allow us to win the game.
Mm-hmm. I'm picking the Cards as well. For all those reasons you just illustrated, I think that there's going to be situations in this game where the Bird Gang is going to force Baker to throw, and I think some mistakes are going to be made. So I'm taking the Bird Gang as well to get a quality win on the road. All right, we just got a few games left. Oh, JB, point, it's the coachless.
We ain't gonna give that number. The Raiders. The Raiders.
Oh, the Raiders. Headed to Denver, and the line is 3.5 for the turmoil-filled Raiders. Woo.
What's for Denver, right? 3.5 in Denver.
Pardon me, for Denver, yes. Line for Denver.
Yeah. Well, I got to go with Denver. I don't think this is something that you shake back from just like that. I can't really see them rallying. And then, like, you know what? We're going to come together because our coach was a fucking racist dickhead, right? No, they're shook over there. They don't know what the hell. They're like, what in the fuck just happened? Right? Usually there's some kind of like, I don't know, some kind of physical fuck up, or, you know what I'm saying? Like something like this shit came out of nowhere.
Right.
RKO out of nowhere, blown, right? So there ain't really no big time bouncing back from that. I think Denver is healthy.
Right.
I think Teddy Two Gloves comes back, you know what I'm saying? He gonna be okay. And I think Denver gets the W, man.
Yeah, I agree. Denver gets a win. I don't know if it's going to be a very watchable game, but I'm taking that as well. All right, it's a thing. How about them Cowgirls? I mean, them Cowboys against that PH dude, and the line is 4 for Dallas on the road.
I think that New England gets the win. Right?
Really?
Ooh. I do. I think New England gets the win. Let's not forget Jamie Collins. Jamie Collins is back on the football field for the New England Patriots, right? So instantly, you know what I'm saying, made their run defense better, right? So, yeah, the Cowboys gonna try to pound the rock. I think that Bill Belichick does what Bill Belichick does. I think he's back in getting his coaching groove back, right? Because he's been so dependent upon his assistant coaches. I think he's getting back and getting real active again in the coaching, right, and putting together defensive game plan. So I think that they make the Cowboys struggle, right? I think they make them struggle, and I think New England wins an ugly one. Ugly one, you know what I'm saying, up there in Gillette Stadium.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a fairly bold pick. I'm taking the Cowboys only for the simple fact that I don't think that offensively, everything you're saying is right on the defense, but I don't think offensively they can really match up scoring wise of what the Cowboys are doing at this point. I don't think Mac and the offense is at that point. I don't think they have enough talent to do that, honestly. So I'm taking the Cowboys. I know it's a road game, but it's a spicy pick. I like that way. You're taking the Pats. All right. A couple more games left. We got Sunday Night Football, which I don't even know why this game is on Sunday Night Football. It's the Squawks going to the Steelers, and the line is 4.5 for the Steelers at home.
I think that honestly, that the Seahawks go in there and they find a way to win, man.
Oh my God, with
I
Gino,
do, I
Jesus H.
do,
Christ.
I do. I think they go in there and they find a way to win, man. Juju Smith-Schuster's out, right? Even though he's having a quiet year, he's still a big part of their offense. They still can't run the ball. Big Ben is still a fucking tree back there throwing the ball. Yeah, trust me when I say I think they're gonna get after Big Ben. He's gonna cough it up a couple times, and Gino gonna do enough. He's gonna come out excited, ready to prove the world wrong, and they're gonna go down there and steal a win in Pittsburgh, man.
Well, I'm taking the Steelers. If they were in Seattle, I would take Seattle, but I'm taking the Steelers on this one. And finally, it's the Bills, Mafia. At the Titans, and the line is 4.5 for the Bills on the road.
Yep, that's right. Yep, that's right. That's right. Will they might get to 500? Yep, that's right. Yep, exactly what they said. Yep, yep, Bills. Yep, Bills. Yep, that's right.
All right, I'm taking the Bills as well. And as far as bye weeks go, we got the Falcons, Saints, Jets, and Niners, and that's it. We'll see who's right, who's wrong, who's both right, who's both wrong. Dr. Bridges, as we approach the end of the show, do you have any final thoughts for the people out there, good sir?
Nope. Shout out to the Mercury. Shout out to the Mercury. We got the W. Tied the series up 1-1. Shout out. Good job, girls.
Mercury.
Valley shit for the Valley. Hashtag for the Valley. Just to be completely honest, man, like, just keep it funky, man. Like, continue to understand that we need us. Our voices matter, right? To divided we, stand. I mean, united we stand, divided we fall. All that good shit, right? We need each other, man. We need us. And, there's still injustices going on in the world. There's still horrible shit happening between black and white. There's still, what I'm saying? Like, I read something earlier about, 2 kids getting sentenced, and white kid got sentenced. He got priors and, got caught red-handed, you know what I'm saying? And basically was responsible for his friend's death, and some young black kid who the police wrongfully broke into a place and they accused him of the murder of his friend. This kid gets 65 years, never had no criminal record. That's 2 different court systems for 2 different colored people. So there's still injustice going on in the world, man. But it's up to us to do it, up to us to change it. So with that being said, man, we love y'all. Follow us at social media at JB and Benny Blue. It's all social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Like, share, subscribe. Check us out on YouTube. We appreciate those 5-star reviews. Check me out on Tuesday night, Burning Bridges live stream, 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, 10:30 Eastern on Twitter at AAT Sports _. Right, that's all about the Birds family. Check us out. You know what I'm saying? Rock with us, get with us, holla at us, man. If you got any hate mail, love, hate, whatever you want to send us your demo, you know what I'm saying? You want to questions, comments, concern us, hit us up at our email, man, JB and Benny Blue Review at gmail.com. Really, we'll holla at you and we appreciate you, man. Other than that, man, indeed. We got a phone number if you want to call and just cuss us out. That's perfectly fine. Give them that number, Benny.
818-850-2804. Who Mike Jones? It's 818-850-2804. We'll play the voicemail on the message.
That's right.
On the voicemail, play it live on the show. And that's it. We appreciate everybody tapping. We got a lot of comments and questions tonight, so we really appreciate that. We will see you next Wednesday. Enjoy this week of foosball. So glad it's fall. And shit's heating up, baby. Sports, you got the Mercury. You got a lot. You got baseball. Basketball's coming back. A lot of good shit is happening. And we're going to cover it all here. So that's it. This has been the JB and Benny Review, episode 196. And we will see you next week. Peace out, baby.